What happens when two powerhouse vocalists sit down for what should be a simple interview? Only 4 years of unspoken tension to explode into one of the most uncomfortable moments in daytime television history. Before diving into this chaos, make sure you subscribe and drop a comment. Whose side are you on after hearing this story? Because trust me, opinions will be strong. Kelly Clarkson's show is usually a safe space positivity, singing, happy tears, the whole thing. Ledisi comes on to promote her new album. At first, it's all smiles. Kelly delivers her warm welcome. The audience claps. Ledisi smiles, but there's something in her eyes, tight, waiting. Kelly starts easy, asking about Ledisi's music, her creative process, complimenting her voice. Standard Ledisi responds professionally, poised asterisk. Then Kelly says something that shifts the energy. Leaning in with trademark enthusiasm, she says, "You know, I have to say, your voice has this incredible jazz quality. It reminds me of the classic singers. You were born in the wrong era." Ledisi's smile falters. She nods slowly. "I appreciate that, but I'm very much a singer of this era. What you're hearing is technique, training, soul. It's about taking the craft seriously, not being from another time." Asterisk, a brief silence. Kelly laughs, but it's forced. "Oh no. I just meant you have that timeless quality." Ledisi shifts. "Timeless is different from saying I belong in another era. Kelly, I innovate. I don't just recreate the past." The audience still smiles, unaware that this isn't playful banter anymore. Kelly moves on, asking about Ledisi's Grammy nominations. But then she touches a sensitive spot. "You've had so many nominations. I know what it's like to be nominated and not win, but you've handled it with grace. I remember Selma and the soundtrack discussion." Ledisi's face tightens. She breathes carefully. "You mean when I recorded the songs for the film and didn't get to perform them?" Kelly nods, trying to keep it light. "Yeah, but Beyoncé's performance at the Grammys was incredible, right?" Bittersweet. Asterisk, and there it is, the unspoken story. Ledisi recorded those songs, poured her heart into them, and then had to watch Beyoncé perform them on one of the biggest stages, taking the spotlight that was hers. She had to smile, stay gracious. She leans back, voice quieter but sharper. "That situation taught me about my value. How Ailey contributions get overlooked when someone more famous is available." Was Beyoncé's performance beautiful? Yes. Talented? Absolutely. But if the roles were reversed, would the conversation be the same? Kelly stumbles. "I think people were just excited to see a big artist tackle important material." Ledisi leans in. "Important material that I sang first, poured my heart into, and didn't even get a thank you. Just be grateful for exposure, as if I'm a newcomer." The audience grows silent. This isn't fun anymore, it's uncomfortable. Kelly tries to redirect. "I hear you. Your point about recognition is valid. You are talented, everyone knows that." But Ledisi isn't letting it go. "When we talk about the greatest vocalists, my name rarely comes up. I've been doing this for over 2 decades, 14 Grammy nominations. Ask someone on the street to name a Ledisi song, they can't. Why do you think that is?" Kelly shifts, uneasy. "The music industry is complicated. Marketing, timing, label decisions." Ledisi nods. "Right. Genre? I'm put in jazz, R&B categories. When I try to cross over, I'm too niche. We both know what that means." Her voice is steady, controlled, but burning. When a black woman has a powerful voice, range, soul, she gets boxed in. Called inspirational compared to legends, but denied pop crossover. mainstream, acceptance unless she fits a specific mold. Kelly tries again, softly. "There are plenty of successful black women in pop, though. I think it's changing." And this is the moment where Lacey's professionalism finally begins to fracture not in an explosive way. Not with raised voices, but in something far more unsettling. Fatigue. She lets out a short laugh. Hollow, humorless, plenty. She says, "Kelly, name them. And while you're at it, tell me how many of those women had to completely reinvent their sound, their image, their entire identity just to be allowed into that space. Tell me how many of them are my age and still being given those opportunities." The words land like weight. This industry loves a young black woman. It can mold. Ledisi continues. But a black woman in her 40s who's been singing her whole life, who knows her worth, who won't compromise. That woman gets patted on the head and called an inspiration. The tension is suffocating now. Kelly is holding her host posture together by sheer will, but it's slipping. I think you're incredibly successful, Ledisi, Kelly says carefully. You have a loyal fan base. You tour. You make the music you want to make, successful on whose terms? Ledisi cuts in. Her voice is sharp, precise. I make a fraction of what artists with half my talent make. I can't get a song on mainstream radio to save my life. And when I say this out loud, I'm told I'm bitter. I'm told I should be grateful. She shakes her head. Grateful for what? For being talented and still invisible. Kelly inhales deeply. You can almost see her searching for the right language, the safe language. She's built her career on empathy, on connection, but this isn't a story she can hug her way through. I hear your frustration, Kelly says. I really do. And these are important conversations about representation and opportunity. Ledisi shakes her head slowly. That's the problem. You hear it like it's emotion, like it's just frustration. This isn't a feeling, Kelly. This is fact. This is data. This is my lived experience, and the lived experience of countless artists who look like me. Her eyes don't leave Kelly's, and every time we say it out loud, it gets reframed as us being emotional or difficult instead of anyone actually examining the system. Kelly meets her gaze. Okay, then what would you want me to say? What's the right response here? Ledisi pauses. Really pauses. She studies Kelly for a long moment. I want you to acknowledge it, she says finally. Not here to acknowledge it. Say there is a different standard. Say black women in this industry work twice as hard for half the recognition. Say the Selma situation was messed up and that I had every right to feel what I felt. Don't give me the diplomatic answer. Give me the honest one. The audience is completely silent. Kelly looks conflicted, weighing every word like it could detonate on impact. I do think there are inequalities in the industry, she says. Representation matters. And your talent deserves more recognition than it gets. Ledisi waits. But Kelly hesitates and then adds, I also think success looks different for everyone. And sometimes all artists have expectations that don't line up with reality. Not necessarily because of discrimination, but because this industry is brutal for everyone. Something shifts in Ledisi's face. She leans all the way back. So you think my lack of mainstream success is because my expectations are too high, she says slowly. Not systemic issues. Just that I'm not as marketable as I think I am. Kelly's eyes widen. That's not what I said. That's exactly what you said, Ledisi snaps. You just dressed it up nicely. You're telling me the game isn't rigged, I'm just playing it wrong? She leans forward now, voice unwavering. Kelly, you won American Idol. You were handed a platform most singers spend their entire lives trying to build. Instant recognition. Instant access. Instant opportunity. And yes, you're talented. I'm not taking that away from you. But don't sit here and tell me my career is about expectations when you've never had to fight for visibility the way I have. Kelly's face flushes. Defensive now. I've had my own struggles. I've fought my label. I've had to prove myself over and over. Ledisi laughs, and there's no kindness in it. Fighting your label is not the same as being invisible. You fought from a position of fame. I'm fighting to be seen. There's a difference. Kelly stiffens. It's not fair to minimize what I've been through just because I came from a reality show. I earned my place. Ledisi nods once, and so have I. That's the entire point. I've earned my place 10 times over, and I still don't have it. She exhales sharply, and instead of hearing that, you're defending yourself like I attacked you personally. This isn't about you, Kelly. It's about a system we're both inside of but that treats us very differently. Kelly straightens. I think I've been fair. I've listened. I've validated your feelings. That word lands wrong. My feelings. Ledisi's eyes narrow. This is my career. My life's work. 20+ years of being called incredible while being passed over. Don't reduce that to feelings. Kelly looks flustered now. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just trying to keep this respectful. Ledisi rises slightly, not standing, but ready. Respectful. You brought up Selma, knowing it's a wound. You compared me to the past, like I'm a nostalgia act. You told me my expectations might be the problem. That's not respect. That's dismissal. Somewhere backstage, producers are panicking. This is live. There's no cutting away. Kelly tries once more to regain control. I have nothing but respect for you and your artistry. I've said that again and again. Ledisi sits back down, but only on the edge of the seat. You think I'm incredible, she says quietly. But when I talk about real barriers, you won't fully stand with me. You give me the safe answer. The industry answer. She looks out at the silent room, and that, she says, is the real problem. Everyone loves complimenting black women artists, just not backing us when it actually costs something. Everyone loves telling us how amazing we are, Ledisi says, her voice steady but worn. But the moment it's time to actually advocate, to name the unfairness out loud, suddenly, everything gets complicated. Then it's market forces, expectations, timing. All these neat little explanations that magically erase discrimination. Kelly glances toward the audience, almost searching for an exit. There isn't one. Every face is fixed on them. I don't think it's as black and white as you're making it, Kelly says. Ledisi's head snaps up. Black and white, she repeats. Interesting choice of words. Kelly stiffens. That's not, I didn't mean it like that. It's just an expression. I know what you meant. Ledisi replies, lifting a hand. But it fits, doesn't it? Because this is black and white. There are black women with extraordinary talent who do not get the same opportunities as white women with equal or even less ability. That's not divisive. That's honest. Kelly's voice tightens. That feels like a really broad generalization. Is it? Ledisi leans forward again. How many black women over 40 are dominating pop radio right now? How many are getting Vegas residencies, Super Bowl halftime shows, major brand deals? She doesn't pause. And before you say Beyoncé, she's the exception, not the rule. One woman at the top doesn't erase hundreds of us fighting for scraps. Kelly shifts in her chair. I think there are opportunities for everyone if they work hard enough. That's the sentence. That's the one that breaks it. Ledisi stands fully this time. If they work hard enough? Her voice rises, not in anger, but disbelief. Kelly, I have worked hard my entire life. I perfected my craft. I studied. I sacrificed. I did everything right, and I'm still standing here explaining why I deserve more. She gestures broadly now. Meanwhile, artists who can barely sing are more successful than I'll ever be. Not because they're better, because they fit the image, because they're palatable, because they're marketable. And you're telling me this is about hard work? Kelly stands too, hands raised, trying to slow the collapse. Ledisi, please. I don't want this to become something it doesn't need to be. Ledisi's voice trembles, not with rage, but exhaustion. It already is something. This is what happens when you try to talk honestly about race and opportunity in this industry. People get uncomfortable. They backtrack. They individualize a systemic problem. Her words sharpen. I came here to talk about my album. You brought up Selma. You brought up the Grammys. You opened the wounds, but you didn't want to sit in the pain with me. You wanted me to make you feel better about it? Asterisk, that's not true, Kelly says softly. I'm trying to understand. Ledisi reaches for her purse. No chier, trying to debate my reality. There's a difference. Understanding doesn't come with but or however. I told you my truth, and you couldn't let it stand on its own. Kelly's eyes flash with panic now. Please, don't leave. Let's talk this through. I want to understand better. I really do. Asterisk. Ledisi stops. Turns back. For a moment, it looks like she might sit down again. Asterisk, then she speaks calmer than before. And somehow more devastating. Asterisk, do you know what's exhausting, Kelly? Explaining your oppression to people who benefit from it. Making it palatable. Managing their feelings while you talk about your pain. Her voice stays level. I've done that my entire career. Smiling, being gracious, being the bigger person. And where has it gotten me? Still fighting for respect. Still explaining why I deserve a seat at a table I already earned. Asterisk. Kelly's voice softens. I get that. And I'm sorry if I made you feel like you had to do that here. Ledisi tilts her head. You're sorry if you made me feel that way, not sorry that you did. Even your apology has an exit built into it. She exhales slowly. That's how these conversations always go. Plausible deniability. I didn't mean it like that. You misunderstood? I'm sorry you feel that way. Never just I was wrong. I see it now. I'll do better. Asterisk. The room is frozen. Some people look uncomfortable. Others look shaken. No one looks away. Kelly steps closer. You're right, she says. I'm sorry. Not sorry, if just sorry. I should have listened without trying to fix it or explain it away. Ledisi studies her face. That's a start. But understand this isn't just about today. It's about every interview where I'm told to be grateful instead of ambitious. Every article that calls me a hidden gem, like being overlooked, is charming instead of unjust. Her voice tightens. Every time I'm told I have a voice for jazz clubs, when what that really means is I'm too black for pop radio. And when I finally say something about it, I become the problem. Kelly nods, eyes glassy. I can't fully understand that experience. I won't pretend I can. But I hear you. And what you're saying matters. Ledisi watches her closely. Important enough to air this conversation. Or are your producers already figuring out how to cut around it? She gestures to the room, because that's what usually happens. Black women speak and it gets edited, reframed, shortened, disappeared. Kelly looks toward the crew, then back at Ledisi. I can't make that call right now, she says honestly. But I think people need to hear this. Even if it's uncomfortable. Even if it makes me look bad. Ledisi exhales a long, heavy breath. For the first time. The fire dims, and what's left isn't anger. It's truth. Hanging in the air, challenged, undeniable, and impossible to cut away. Asterisk C. That's the thing, Ledisi says quietly. This shouldn't make you look bad. The fact that you think it might, that alone shows how much work there still is to do. She meets Kelly's eyes, not accusing, just clear. You're not the villain here. You're part of a system that doesn't even realize it's a system. You've probably never had to stop and ask why certain doors opened for you while others stayed shut for someone else. Not because you're a bad person, but because you didn't have to. That's privilege. And naming it doesn't make me angry or bitter. It makes me aware. Kelly's voice drops to almost a whisper. So, what do I do? What should I have done differently? Ledisi sets her purse down, but she doesn't sit. You listen without defending. You acknowledge without explaining. When someone tells you about their pain, you don't rush to soften it or contextualize it or explain why it might not be that bad. You just say, I see you. I hear you. That sounds hard. And if you can't change it, at the very least, you don't minimize it. Kelly wipes her eyes. I can do that. I want to do that. Ledisi's expression softens, but only slightly. I believe you want to. But wanting and doing are different. Doing it means risking your comfort. It means calling out the very industry you benefit from. It means losing opportunities because you chose to speak up for someone else. She nods once, and that's scary. I get it, but that's what being an ally actually costs. Kelly nods slowly. You're right. I haven't done that enough. I've stayed safe. Ledisi picks up her purse again. Most people do. It's easier. But easy doesn't change anything. Her voice steadies, grounded. I'm tired of performative support. Tired of being everyone's favorite underrated artist. I don't want to be underrated or overrated. I want to be rated. I want to be seen for what I am. Kelly reaches out, as if to touch Ledisi's arm, then stops herself. For what it's worth? She says softly, I do see you. Maybe not in all the ways I should have before, but I do now. Ledisi holds her gaze. I appreciate that. Truly, but seeing me after I've had to fight this hard to be seen isn't the same as seeing me all along. That's reacting to being called out, not proactively standing up. Her voice lowers, and until people in positions like yours start doing the second one, nothing actually changes for people in positions like mine. Kelly's voice breaks. I want to be better. Ledisi exhales, sad, resigned. Then, be better. Not just with me. Everywhere. When you book your show, ask who's missing and why. When you collaborate, notice who never gets the call. When you see another black woman being overlooked, say something. Use your platform. She lets the words land. You have power in this industry. Kelly, and power always comes with responsibility. Asterisk, Kelly straightens. Resolve settling in. Asterisk, you're absolutely right. I commit to that. To being more aware. More vocal. More intentional. Ledisi almost smiles, but not quite. I hope you mean it. Because the industry needs people like you to mean it. We can't dismantle these systems alone. We need the people who benefit from them to help take them apart. She pauses. Otherwise, we're just shouting into the void while everyone else enjoys the concert. Silence. Kelly looks like she wants Ledisi to stay. To keep talking, but she can read the moment. Ledisi is done. Not with her career. Not with being professional. Just done with this particular kind of exhaustion. Having to teach while already depleted. Asterisk, I'm sorry this interview went this way, Kelly says quietly. I'm sorry I wasn't better prepared to have this conversation the way it deserved. Ledisi adjusts her purse on her shoulder. Don't be sorry it went this way. Be glad it did. Now you know. Now your audience knows. Now we've all had to sit in the discomfort of what it actually means to be a black woman artist in an industry that loves our voices but not our personhood. She nods once. That discomfort isn't bad. It's necessary. Kelly swallows hard. Thank you for being honest with me, even when it was hard. Asterisk, Ledisi turns toward the exit, then stops. Looks back one last time, Asterisk, you asked what being better looks like, she says. Here's the truth. It means getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. You'll mess up.